New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Yesterday on the internet and in Dallas, the story of Amber Guyger, a former police officer. She was fired because she murdered someone in their own apartment, but then she had to go on trial, and she was convicted of murder and sentenced to 10 years.
That's right.
Here's audio of the murder victim, Botham Jean, John.
Brother.
I know
His brother.
if you go to God and ask him, he will forgive you. And I don't think anyone could say it. Again, I'm speaking for myself, not even behalf of my family. But I love you just like anyone else. I'm not gonna say I hope you rot and die just like my brother did, but I personally want the best for you. I wasn't gonna ever say this in front of my family or anyone, but I don't even want you to go to jail. I want the best for you. That's exactly what Botham would want you to do. And the best would be give your life to Christ. Again, I love you as a person, and I don't wish anything bad on you. I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please?
Yes.
Yeah, man. It was real, and he walked over and hugged her.
Who was
And
that's her crying.
I don't know if that was her
somebody-
crying
that's
or
somebody in
a
the
family
courtroom.
member or somebody in the courtroom. And then the judge, which people are feeling was very inappropriate, the judge even hugged the murderer, former cop, Amber Guyger. So, it prompted, obviously, people like, that wouldn't have been me. I wouldn't do this, and et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And I get it. I get all of it. But I would love to hear from the audience right now the greatest, biggest, craziest thing you forgave somebody for. Like, and it's tough because people will be like, nah, I forgave you, but you harbor it, though.
A lot of people forget, but they don't forget.
That's right. And is that the same? Can you do that? If you haven't actually moved on, if it's still there, did you forgive?
No. If you haven't moved on, then you didn't forget.
If it's still,
But you can still remember
you can remember it. But the people say, I forgive you, but I'll never forget. And that's fine.
That's definitely not true forgiveness.
And that's my question.
No.
Is like, well, did you actually forgive them if you're like making sure you just know? No. See, me, I don't even claim to have forgiven people.
Well, and think about it, too. Think about relatively what you're talking about forgiving people for relative to what this kid just forgave someone for.
And that's what he said, by the way. And he said it in public. He said it in a courtroom. And it was painful and honorable and amazing that he was able to do that there. Like we're all saying. And I hope he, in his spirit, really believes it and has done it. And I'm sure there's going to be days where he wakes up and he's like, nah, bro, nah. And he's angry again. And he has to pray and reset himself. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's upset. It's not, clearly it's really not easy.
And you can hear it when he was like, I'm not going to say I hope you rot in hell, even though you just said it.
I don't want you to rot
And
and
he
die
said
like my brother did.
my brother did.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I want you to give your life
Because he's probably heard people say that.
Kudos to him, man, for being so advanced. Because to me, when I look at it, it was like, I understand if it was a car accident or something like that. But this is a trained police officer who broke into this man's home and killed him.
Well, not broke in.
She was out of her. Seemingly, what happened was she parked on the wrong lot of her parking garage, and then walked into what would be her apartment had she parked on the right floor of her parking garage. How you get from there to then opening the door, not realizing you're in a different home and shooting someone, I cannot understand. However, I'm guessing that for him to get to that, maybe he would have forgiven her no matter what. But my guess is he believes she did not want to kill his brother.
It definitely wasn't premeditated. From the evidence, from what we know. It definitely wasn't premeditated. She was sexting her coworker that she has a relationship with. She
At
was
the same time?
Yeah, like she was living life. Like she wasn't like out here looking for heat and trying to start problems.
And she
panicked.
And we speculated she was high, right?
People speculate. I don't know if there's evidence of that.
I don't remember.
Because remember, they didn't like alcohol test her or any of those things in that first day. Oof. Right? Because remember, they arrested her like a day later. They didn't actually drug or alcohol test her. I don't know about drugs.
And she didn't give him CPR or anything like that.
I'm just trying to think of what situation it benefits you in to not forgive. Benefits
To not
you.
forgive?
Yes. How does it benefit the
Some
person
people want to be
holding on to
mad.
it?
Some people want to be mad.
Exactly.
Fact.
How does that benefit you?
It doesn't. You just want to be mad and you feel like that's your get back.
That traps you. That doesn't do anything to the other person. You're just trapped yourself.
You have to forgive. But I do believe you don't have to forget. And not forgetting doesn't mean you didn't let it go.
We're not saying, but you're being literal. So what Ebro was saying was when someone says, I forgive, but I won't forget, that's not forgiving.
Yeah, because that sounds
This
like
young
you
man
have
didn't
venom.
say he's not going to forget his brother's gone. He's never going to forget.
Right.
That's built in.
Right.
But his forgiveness feels real.
Well, what's the craziest thing you forgave someone for?
My ex-girlfriend, I was babysitting her kids, and I found out that she cheated on me. And when she got home from work, she tried to kick me out. And on top of that, she called the police on me and told me that I threatened to shoot her and her kids just because I hit up the guy that I found out she was cheating on me with.
Wow.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
but you later forgave her for all of that?
Yes, and it's been 5 years ago.
And you guys are still together now?
No, he said ex.
No.
Oh,
We've
okay.
been broke up. She's married to the same guy that she cheated on me with.
But you made peace with it.
Yes.
I mean, did you? You calling the radio station. I mean, did you?
He's just sharing his
saying?
story.
Did
Yo,
you?
man,
We
if
don't
you're going to
know.
have them call up and then accuse them of not, I mean, don't even bother
He
calling.
liked to twist the knife.
They did the right thing, and he's like, oh, did you?
Did
Still
you
hurts,
know?
doesn't
Call
it?
it Hot 97.
Still hurts, doesn't it?
It does.
But it
He
doesn't mean it
feels the
doesn't
pain.
hurt. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
True.
Forgiving
Patrick.
doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Patrick, craziest thing you forgave somebody for?
It wasn't really me. It was my cousin, actually, that he had her 21-year-old son hit by a motorcyclist.
Oof.
And she actually forgave him, the driver that cut off her son. She forgave him. And during the wedding, during the funeral ceremony, she actually, didn't cry. She was actually cheering. And in the same sentiment, that's why I figure why, the brother felt the same way is because he had given his life to Christ. And that's why my cousin felt like she had nothing to worry about by forgiving this driver because her son also did the same thing. And she's like, you know what? His soul is saved. And there's no reason for me to worry about him being on this earth at this point.
Well, and what you're saying, Patrick, is amazing, and I agree with you. The reason the young man, Botham Jean's brother, was able to say that is because when you believe in something greater than yourself and something greater than the world you live in, you know that your loved ones are legitimately resting in peace. Like people say R.I.P., but they don't even know what those words actually mean. Mm-hmm. Resting in peace. And there are, culturally, how I was raised, while death is definitely sad, right?
I'll say.
There is joy in moving on. And that's why, at funeral ceremonies that I was raised around, it was called a homegoing. You're going home. Your time here is served. You're going to a better place. And so, in that spirit, someone legitimately resting in peace, that's the selflessness of it. Because most of the pain we feel when we lose someone, it's not because they're still in pain. It's because we hurt now that we've lost something. We look at them like a possession.
It's so funny, too, because I can sit here and give all the props in the world to someone for forgiving. But when I hear someone give the whole spiel about, that, my inner brain that I have to fight with is,
God,
I'm glad it works.
I know.
No. For you, God bless. I'm not being sarcastic. God bless people who have that much religion that they feel that way.
But it doesn't have to be religion. It could be, that's why I didn't use the
Spirituality.
word. That's why I didn't use that word. Some people believe that that this existence is not the best one.
But the word that you just said was believe. Mm-hmm. It's still all about belief.
For sure.
That is a real blessing to have that level of belief. When I've gone through serious loss, I didn't have that level of belief. So you're just stuck with the human reality of the person being gone. Right. So it's not that I don't admire what you're saying. I do. But I have the
you're not connected.
I get it.
The non-spiritual part of me, which is a big part of me also, is like, all right, I'm glad that works for you. But I'm being more intellectual, not being spiritual.
Right, but
And
there's
being intellectual is very difficult.
but being intellectual, then you would have to say that you must not believe that there is something better, or
But I
that,
don't know that I do. That's the problem.
Right.
So if
Or
you
you
don't,
can just be honest. You're being selfish because I'm in pain.
Yeah,
it
and then there's
hurts.
that.
I'm in pain.
Right.
You took my family member, my parent,
and that's
whatever.
all normal and natural. But I think, what the caller just said and what the audio of Botham Jean's brother, he's speaking to the reality that we believe in something greater. And we are in pain. It does hurt. But we truly are believers. And then when you use the words RIP, what you're saying is now this person is at peace. They're not troubled with these worldly scenarios. They're not troubled with all of these tangible things that we think are so important day in and day out.
Sometimes people die, though, and, their life was great. They were in peace. Like, that happens. They were joyous, happy people. And you're like, how did that person die? They were literally the most happy-go-lucky person. They were not, it's different because when someone dies after tons of pain, then the rest in peace really is effective because you're like, they were not in peace. They had tubes sticking out and they were in a hospital, it was miserable. But when someone's taken from you instantaneously, the way Botham Jean was, where he's in his home eating ice cream, working as an accountant or whatever, I think he was in finance or an accountant. It's hard.
But that's the lesson.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. I am presenting the secular side that I think a lot of us feel. Like, man, I can't get there. And also, there is also forgiveness even that doesn't relate to God. Just straight up forgiveness because you don't believe that the person intended this horrible thing that they did, and you don't believe that holding on to the anger will help you in any way.
But whether you title it, my point is this, and the reason I didn't bring up religion is because whatever title you put on how you got there, for me, it all exists in the same space in the universe. And it's your ability as a human being, right, to be able to move through this knowing that there is something more powerful than you and that someone that you care about at any given moment can be gone.
Yes.
And you have no control. That humility and that recognition is a space that not everybody's prepared for. And why the reason I'm bringing it up now, and we're talking about forgiveness, and I can joke and go, yo, did you really forgive, though? You call on the radio station. That's me joking. But in real life, we all are not prepared. We're not prepared by our parents. We're not prepared by the world around us for the reality of how much we're not in control of. You know what I mean? Which is why when you wake up every day and people are like, yo, did you hug your loved ones? Did you say your prayers? Are you living the most positive life you can right now today? Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. That's why people have that convo. Yeah. And we all throw it out the window. It's
generic talk.
It's generic talk, but it's super real.
I agree.
So whether it's religion got you there,
yes,
or it's just the knowledge that you as a living creature on this planet, that you don't control how this thing spins, you don't control the air, you don't control the sun that wakes you up every day, you don't control none of that.
Yep.
It's the Most High.
Just talk to him, Shani.
Control everything, rude boy.
Yeah, but he was just saying it's not about necessarily religion.
No, I said the Most High.
What is the Most High?
That's
whatever it is.
You.
Whatever
it is.
I thought when people say the Most High, they mean God.
They might.
Yeah. I mean, with the highest power, the highest energy.
Your higher power.
They might just mean the sun in the sky.
The most
high, whatever that high is.
See,
yo, why'd you ruin Shawnee's clothes with his fake Jamaican accent?
I thought Shawnee ruined Shawnee's
I was trying to get him to the, because I knew he was going to go Rastafari and then he was going to do a Jamaican accent and we were going to go, yo, you ain't even been in Jamaica. And then we was going to laugh and you was going to hit the button.